Hey guys, welcome to JayWalk Media. This is Matt Miller, and Megyn Kelly absolutely humiliates this liberal weenie panel host when he makes a very false claim about Donald Trump's criminal record. She doesn't let him get away with it, and she tears him apart live on stage in front of a live audience, which is pretty brutal. That's why you don't want to cross Megyn Kelly. So check it out right here.
So Megyn, if we look at the 5 cases, 6 months from now, a year from now, let's assume all 5 of them go to trial. He's guilty of 3 so far.
Wait, what do you mean he's guilty of 3 so far?
Well, he's been convicted of 3, sorry.
What do you mean? No, he hasn't.
I love this. Eugene Carroll was guilty.
That was not a conviction. That was a civil case.
Okay, well, yes, so that's what I'm talking about. So that
okay, but there's a big difference.
It's still he was convicted. He was guilty of that. He got a settlement. In the Trump organization, they're guilty there.
That, again, was civil, libel.
Yes, of course. But these are the cases we're talking about. And in the third one...
she's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, of course. And in the third one... I'm just talking about the 5 cases. Yes, some are civil, obviously, and some are not. Some are criminal. But if we look at all 5 cases...
You said 3 convictions. Now you're walking it back.
I'm not walking it back. There's 3 in which he was...
You should walk it back.
Okay, I'm guys, so glad Megyn is here.
Of the 5,
to
3 of them,
this.
He's either guilty or...
He got a bad result.
Yeah, got a bad result. There are 2 more. If he is found guilty of those 2 more, Megyn, and 5 of 5, he had a bad result. Way to frame it. Will you chalk all 5 up in your mind to 5 different jurisdictions, 5 different prosecutors, 5 different juries and/or judges, all conspiring to get him?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to hear your answer to. 5 of 5 different jurisdictions. Yeah. You think it's all lawfare?
Eugene Carroll, they changed the law so that she could bring a civil lawsuit against him, and she did. New York went 87% for Joe Biden. That fix was in right from the start. The fraud trial that Letitia James brought against him has never been brought. There's no victims. The banks who were involved said, we didn't lose a penny. What are we doing here? We weren't damaged. Nobody was complaining except Tish James, who ran for office saying, I will get him. Then you have Alvin Bragg, who's a George Soros-funded prosecutor who doesn't like to prosecute any crime in New York City, where I lived for 17 years, except if your name is Donald Trump. Let's go down to Georgia, where Fani Willis and Nathan Wade couldn't keep their libidos in check long enough to actually bring this case against Donald Trump. It's a repeat of what was happening in January 6th up in the case with Judge Chutkan, who loathes Trump and has sentenced almost every J6 defendant to way more jail time than their counterparts would get. Those are falling apart because of presidential immunity, which was handed down by the Supreme Court, who said you cannot bring a criminal case against a sitting president for any official act. Those cases have been gutted. Also a Supreme Court ruling saying the same on January 6 defendants in general. And that leaves us with Florida and the documents. And Trump has torn that apart because Jack Smith wasn't properly appointed and isn't the right counsel. But there are other issues. They haven't even gotten to presidential immunity there. And so that one's going nowhere as well. And by the way, they're going to appeal it up to the 11th Circuit. She just threw it out. The 11th Circuit is conservative, and thank God so is the current Supreme Court. They're not going to tolerate that nonsense.
Let me ask you about...
So Megyn Kelly wasn't going to let this guy get away with repeating the same lies that we hear in the media about Donald Trump. And she was going to demand that he use precise, clear, and accurate language when describing his criminal cases that are pending or civil cases or whatever, and just make sure that, he wasn't going to be able to say, yeah, he got convicted for all these things. He's a proven criminal. He's a felon. He's this, he's that. She's a lawyer. She knows the difference. She knows the facts. And it's incredible to me, like how few people in the media are actually telling the truth about Donald Trump. She's one of them. I'd say her, Tucker Carlson, and a handful of others are great at telling the truth and using precise language like this. This guy wasn't expecting this either. He thought that he was going to get away with it and be able to kind of just trash Donald Trump. You see the guy gets flustered. He isn't really sure how to proceed here. And he's not even they give him a chance to laugh it off and to kind of get in on the joke. Like, oh yeah, whatever. People are lying about Donald Trump. I didn't mean to do that too. Let me be more correct and accurate with my language. But he kind of gets flustered and says, come on, guys, take it easy, relax, as if they're the ones that are in the wrong here. He made a false claim. He's the one that's queuing up this question and leading this conversation. It's on him. It's his job to make sure that he has accurate information. He's presenting accurate information for his audience. That's something that Megyn Kelly knows all about. That's what she's so good at. And that's why she wasn't going to just let this slide, and she couldn't let it slide.
Hey guys, I want to give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsor, Bonner Private Wines Partnership. Do you guys like drinking wine with dinner, but get tired of the overly sugary, mass-produced stuff that you find at the grocery store? Well, let me tell you about something different. Wines from extreme altitudes not only taste better, but are actually better for you. These wines come from up to 9,000 feet in the Andes Mountains of Argentina and are packed with polyphenols and antioxidants, compounds that are known to be good for your heart health and your overall health. What does that mean for you? Wines that are rich in flavor and pure without being full of chemicals and dyes that you'd find in generic wines. Imagine tasting smoky, bold tasting wine in a bottle that is crafted in one of the most remote places in the world. The Bonner Private Wines Partnership makes it easy to get these rare wines. Right now you can save $25 on your first order and get complimentary shipping. Just visit bonnerprivatewines.com/JayWalk to get started. This is a healthier, tastier wine experience you won't want to miss out on. Now let's get back to the video.
The media, Hollywood, Washington, D.C. elites, the Uniparty, everybody has ganged up on Donald Trump. And there are so few truth tellers out there. They're trying to silence us. They're trying to demonetize us. They're trying to limit our reach. But Megyn Kelly is a truth teller, and they're so used to getting away with it that it's refreshing to see one get stopped in their tracks right here and say, nope, we need accurate facts. I'm not going to let you trash Donald Trump and lie about him like everybody else does. They try to tear the man down every single day. They've tried to assassinate his reputation. They've tried to throw him in jail. They've tried to literally assassinate him, and several times. And the guy keeps going. He keeps going. He's still running for president. He's still fighting for the American people. And he's still not afraid to stand up to all these people that are trying to take him down every single way possible. Honestly, the guy it seems like he's bulletproof. I mean, he literally is bulletproof, and he's invincible. And I really respect his courage. Whether I agree on every single little thing he says or not, I respect his courage. I think that he is a fighter, and I think that we need more of that in our politics. We need more attitudes like his that aren't afraid to have the moral courage to stand up against bureaucracy, against corruption, against waste, against policies that harm the American people. We need to have real fighters with good intentions in politics that are also self-sacrificing. Nobody, no matter how much they hate Donald Trump, can tell me that Donald Trump is not self-sacrificing. How is he in this for himself at this point? The guy's lost millions of dollars. He's risked going to jail. He's risked his life several times. If this was just some clout grab or cash grab or some kind of scam, don't you think that he would be through by now? The guy's been through hell and back 8 times at least. To me, that shows me that he's genuine. He really believes it. And he's the kind of guy that I want in charge of our country. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. Do you think Megyn Kelly did a good job here? Let me know what you think. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. Thank you guys for your support. I'll see you next time.